Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, just after a fallen officer has been laid to rest, a visitation will be held for a fallen Nicholasville EMS worker.
2 people are facing charges after police say they led officers on a chase across Interstate 75.
And overnight, students have been camping outside at Midway University to raise awareness about homeless veterans.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome in. I'm Rebecca Smith. It is the day before Friday. Yay.
Otherwise known as Thursday.
Yes,
we're glad you're with us. I'm Bill Bryant. And we sort of dodged a bullet with that system that was so strong that moved through the plain states. By the time it got here, not so bad overnight. We'd had to have a few showers and maybe some lightning. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we talked about yesterday how it's just going to fade away the farther it got into Kentucky and into the nighttime hours. And here we go, looking over toward the east-southeastern zones, and just a few showers left over. Now, that is continuing to push on out. Lexington, we're over with the rain, and you can see those temperatures there in the 50s and 60s. But look toward the north. Look, I mean, you got to go into Indiana. There's some cooler air on the way, and you'll see those temperatures drop as we work our way into the afternoon. So 58 is your afternoon temperature. It's not your high for the day. We're already reaching our high. But that rain moves on out, and the focus of the forecast is that cold air sweeping on in. I'll show you how low we go with our temperatures the next few days because it gets much colder. Coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, see you then. Thank you.
Well, today a community will begin saying goodbyes to a fallen EMS worker who died after an accident last week.
John Mackey was struck by a car while he was on the job in Jessamine County, and he was taken off life support on Monday. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live in Nicholasville, where Mackey's visitation will be taking place later today. Hillary?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. John Mackey worked for 16 years as a paramedic here in Jessamine County. Today, that community he served for many years will start to say their goodbyes. Mackey's visitation will start at noon today here at Bethel Harvest Church and will last until 9 o'clock tonight. The 40-year-old husband and father of 3 died earlier this week after he was hit by another vehicle while on duty in downtown Nicholasville. County leaders say the outpouring of support for Mackey and all the other EMS crews has been overwhelming. Those close to the longtime paramedic say something they are clinging to through this tragedy is the fact the man who dedicated nearly 2 decades of his life to saving others will continue to do so as an organ donor. The community is doing several things to honor Mackey. Green lights and other tributes are seen throughout the town. They are also rallying around his family with a few fundraisers in the works, including this Monday at the Raising Cane's here in Nicholasville, where 15% of all sales will go to Mackey's family. We are told his wife also serves this community as a paramedic. Friends say these fundraisers are crucial as EMS crew members do not receive the same line of duty death benefits as those in fire and law enforcement. We will have much more on that coming up in the next half hour. For now, live in Jessamine County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you very much. It was a day of tributes and goodbyes for another fallen hero. Family, friends, and police officers from around Kentucky and around the country honored a Richmond police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Funeral services were held in Richmond yesterday for 33-year-old Officer Daniel Ellis. He died last week after being shot while investigating an attempted robbery. Thousands of people packed into Alumni Coliseum at EKU for the funeral. Richmond Police Chief Larry Brock said Officer Ellis touched so many lives with his hard work and his kindness.
The lives of his fellow officers and the lives of his family will never be the same again. Our collective grief is nearly inconsolable.
Chief Brock also promised Officer Ellis's wife Katie and his 3-year-old son Luke that they will always have the support of the police department. After the funeral, an honor guard carried Officer Ellis's body to a hearse as hundreds of first responders saluted.
Touching tribute there. Well, happening today, a man charged in a deadly crash will face a judge for his arraignment. Jess Greathouse is charged with manslaughter, DUI, and leaving the scene of an accident. Lexington police say he hit Marciano Pozos with his pickup as Pozos rode down with his bike down Newtown Pike over the summer. Pozos was killed. Investigators say Greathouse initially drove off but was caught a short time later. Two people face charges after a police chase on Interstate 75. Police say it started in Richmond when an officer approached a suspect after receiving a drug complaint. That suspect then jumped into a waiting car and drove off. Police began chasing the car before using a tire deflation device to stop it along the interstate in Lexington. They charged the driver of the car, 21-year-old Princess Thomas, with wanton endangerment and fleeing and evading. The passenger, 28-year-old Najee Appling, is charged with fleeing and evading. Police say an officer suffered some minor injuries in the chase.
Governor-elect Matt Bevin has updated his transition website after people raised some questions. The website originally said Bevin wants to hire people who, quote, share his traditional values. But after a reporter asked about the language, a spokesperson said the word traditional was changed to conservative. She said Governor-elect Bevin wants his administration to be inclusive and transparent. We have a link to the website at WKYT.com. Kentucky lawmakers will be considering a bill that would allow homeschool students to play sports at public schools. It's named the Tim Tebow bill. The former NFL quarterback was a homeschool student who was able to play high school football. Lexington State Representative Stan Lee pre-filed the bill for the upcoming legislative session.
These parents pay the same taxes that everyone pays, even though they don't have children in the public school system.
The bill would also allow students at private schools that don't have a certain activity to take part in that activity at a public school. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association has not supported versions of the bill in the past, but the organization's commissioner plans to work with lawmakers on the new bill.
Soccer comes with its own risks like football. That's the word from one national group pushing for tougher regulations. The United States Soccer Federation is now banning heading a soccer ball for kids under the age of 10. You may refer to this as headbutting. In addition, the only group that will be able to head the ball are players ages 11 to 13. A study from the New York Times shows that only football players have more concussions than high school soccer players. Many parents say they're happy to see the new rules go into effect.
It's hard to watch. It's harder to watch them hit their head, but it's even harder to see them go down on the ground.
I can see where my kids might be disappointed because it's an exciting part of the game. But at the end of the day, safety is more important.
My brain hurts just watching that. Ooh. The Federation hopes to release more information about how penalties will be enforced in the upcoming months.
It's 5:07 on WKYT this morning. There's a new warning for those of you looking for a new car. Most of you would just pretty much assume that a brand new vehicle would come with a spare tire.
Yeah, I would definitely assume that. However, a new study from AAA says that more automakers are choosing actually not to include a spare tire in new vehicles. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain has more on what the decision means for your safety. Michelle.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, do you have a spare tire in your vehicle? You may want to check, especially if you're driving your kids around. AAA says 1 in 3 new vehicles sold this year do not include an additional tire. AAA says this is putting drivers at risk. The company is asking car makers to put spare tires in new vehicles. In the past 10 years, manufacturers have been including a tire inflator kit. Others add what's called run-flat tires, which can be driven to a repair shop without air. According to Edmunds, 12% of new cars have run-flat tires, which can support the weight of a vehicle for a short time, around 100 miles. The reason? According to Cars.com, Kelsey Mays, automakers are trying to lighten the load for vehicles to make them more fuel efficient, therefore getting rid of the additional weight of the spare tire.
We're trying to shave every pound possible off a vehicle, and when you can eliminate a spare tire and put in an inflator kit with a sealer in your trunk instead, that saves a fairly significant amount of weight.
So you have to ask yourself, what would you do without a spare tire available? AAA says with this new trend from automakers, there could be as many as 30 million drivers on the road without a spare tire. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And students at Midway University are spending the night outside. Still out there this morning, they're raising awareness about a special cause. As part of their One Night Without a Home event, students built a cardboard shantytown to raise awareness for homeless veterans. They chose to do it on Veterans Day in honor of those who have served our country. And organizers say the event was much needed.
This is one of the many issues that we should be aware of and start having conversations around when we're talking about people in our great America that are homeless.
The students will have discussions and activities throughout the night, and it will all wrap up at about 7 o'clock this morning. Well, our news on the air at 5:10. WKYT This Morning just getting started here on your Thursday.
Here's your daily dose of cute, a baby panda taking his first steps. We'll show you more of this fuzzy adorableness after weather.
We have the rain moving on out early this morning. Once that pushes on out here in the next few hours, you're going to see some much cooler conditions the next few days. I'll show you that coming up next.